Two American veterans are feared to be prisoners of war in Ukraine. Andy Wynn and Alexander Drueke have not been seen or heard from in days. They are two of a small number of U.S. veterans who were compelled to join in the fight against Russia, even going against U.S. government warnings not to travel there. Now their families are pleading for help. Nick is here with all the new developments. Nick.
Adrian, Andy Wynn and Alexander Drueke could be the first Americans fighting in Ukraine who have been captured by Russian forces. The two veterans, both from Alabama, were fighting with the Ukrainian army in the country's northeast on June 8th. They haven't been heard from since.
He felt so honored and appreciated to be there.
This morning, Alex Drueke's mom, Lois, is waiting to hear from her son. She says she last spoke with him on the day he left for a mission in Ukraine's Kharkiv region.
I'm going to go dark for a day, possibly two. And I wrote back and said, stay safe, I love you. And he wrote back, yes, ma'am, I love you too. And that was the last I heard from him.
Drueke is 39 and was a staff sergeant in the Army and served 2 tours in Iraq. His mom says he wanted to use his skills to teach Ukrainians how to operate American weapons, adding he felt it was his duty to help defend democracy. Drueke first left to join the fight in mid-April. 27-year-old Andy Wynn is a veteran of the Marine Corps. Born and raised in Southern California, he moved to northern Alabama to be with his fiancée, Joy Black, who told Reuters, quote, when Andy saw this footage coming out of Ukraine, he said he couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, was just consumed by the horror that these innocent civilians were going through. In an interview before leaving, Wynn said he paid $6,000 to travel to Ukraine, adding, quote, I've made peace with the decision. I know there's a potential of me dying. Earlier this month, a man who was fighting with Drueke and Wynn says they were part of a 10-man squad and Russian soldiers ambushed them. He says Drueke and Wynn disabled a Russian tank, but at some point during the fighting, they vanished. The State Department says it's aware of unconfirmed reports of 2 U.S. citizens captured in Ukraine, but declined to comment, citing privacy concerns.
If it's true, we'll do everything we can to get them safely back home.
Lawmakers from Alabama say they are working with the State Department and FBI to help locate the pair. Drueke's mother is grateful for their support.
It'd be a news story that's gone next week, that these people need our assistance.
Adrian, Russian officials say they have not been contacted by the U.S. regarding Drueke and Wynn. Ukraine has welcomed foreign fighters to join their ranks since the start of the war. We only know of one American who died fighting in Ukraine, a Marine veteran from Kentucky who was killed in April.